Welcome back onto the first interview of the day, and we want to talk about a project that has been initiated by a charity organization on matters education. This project is titled Scratch a Mind, and it is meant to empower the school-ongoing children in the rural areas. And for that, we are joined by the founder and president of Myles of Great Hope, that is Mr. Kuria, and also to my nearest left is the principal of PEFA Elimu Academy, who are the beneficiaries of this project, Mr. Xavier Opile. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. And we want to know about what you do first before we get into the project, because I know you do more than education projects. So tell us about this, Isaac.
Yes, so thank you so much for having us here. We really appreciate the institution, your cooperation, for the good work that you guys do for the community, for the country, for the citizens, to bring the information. Again, my name is Kuria, and live in North Carolina. I am in finance. I consult with families, and and I engage on volunteer capacity with the organization Myles of Great Hopes. Okay,
so what is Myles of Great Hope all about?
Myles of Great Hopes is all about reviving, empowering, and sustaining hopes. That is our vision, and that entails three components. One being clean water, sanitation, health, and education. Okay. And we're focusing currently on our education piece. That's why we have the principal of the PEFA Elimu Academy.
All right, we want to know about the project that is currently ongoing, that is Scratch a Mind, and I understand that it is a STEM project. So tell us about it before we come to the principal.
Yeah, so the program is actually focusing on helping and engaging young children to learn more with technology, to ignite their creativity, their innovation, their ability to do more with added skills, especially looking at where our country is. We have the traditional, old system of 844, where we had, the teacher and a chalk and all of that, into the critical thinking piece of it. So that's where we are.
Okay, and Mr. Opile, tell us about this project. How is it being beneficial to your students?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to enable us share together about this program called Scratch, which is a simple programming simulation tool that we realized to see it in the curriculum design that was rolled out this 2019 by the government of Kenya. It was in line with the KBC, and we were privileged to have that program run in our school, and it has successfully gone through, especially grade 6 and grade 5. Though grade 6 was the first one to tackle this, and so far we've rolled out to grade 5, which has also gone out successfully. Okay. So it's a very good program that helps children to reason. It's a programming simulation tool that has actually helped children to reason out and able to create things. The creativity of the children has really improved. It has really made children like technology. Now that technology is a tool, a delivery tool in every educational sector, we cannot avoid it. We had to embrace it, accept it, and move on. Thank you very much, the president, who actually picked our school to pilot the program.
All right.
It started with the 13 when we piloted, but now when we enrolled the program fully, implemented fully, we had a good number of children participating, around 101 children participating in the program, and they have really enjoyed it. It is in the system.
The total number of children enrolled is 101?
101.
Both grade 5 and grade 6?
Both grade 5 and grade 6 who have been participating in the program for the last 5 months.
So is this the whole class in grade 5 and grade 6, or are they particular students from these classes that you have identified, or who have an interest?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them. We started with all of them, but now there are those who have really picked up the interest of carrying out with the programs even in future, because they have liked it. The attitude has really grown high, and almost each child is now happy to engage with it.
Okay.
So it's a good thing, a good program.
All right. Back to you, Isaac. Why did you see the need to bring this program, especially to, because I know this is a school in Busia, to the rural Kenya? Why rural Kenya? Is because this is an area that normally don't have access to technology, and you know, the advanced learning is not something common in these areas. Why did you see the need to do so?
You know, and thank you so much for the question. We all have needs as, you know, community, as a family, as an institution, and as a location. So people within the urban areas, they may have access to, you know, items and gadgets that can enable them. The school is in, of course, outside of the urban area, which is Ilbissil in Kajiado. Yeah. And the infrastructure wasn't there at the school. In line with the CBC program and the government agenda, we wanted to do something that aligns with our vision as an organization. And we looked at the element and the focus point. So what we do when we are identifying a project, we go into the area and we do a survey. We listen the need, we assess, and we see, do we have a capacity to execute the program? So we have a project, senior project manager, Simon Nyoma, who has done a great job in actually helping us to identify those needs and articulate on why should we go to this school and not the other one. So the PEFA Academy became a very good match for us. They have more than 500 students, and we started with, as the principal was highlighting, with a very small segment of as a pilot program. So 2021, during the height of COVID, we picked on 7 kids, and very quickly, they grew to 22 students.
All right.
And then we continue to do that. I am joined by my colleague, Mr. Diaredi, and we went there yesterday. We looked at how the program is working. We volunteer as an organization, and we are picking up on, you know, those creativity areas and those needs levels that you know, as a measurable tool to see how it's working.
Okay, and what are some of the creativity areas and the needs levels that you have identified from your visit yesterday?
So as young people, or, you know, even ourselves, sometimes we change our careers, or, you know, your interest might be, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a musician, whatever it is. And you get to measure and see the creativity in students by the way they speak, the way they engage, the way they respond to questions. So yesterday we went to the school and we had an activity that actually ignited some bulbs in their mind. The scratch a mind idea is to, what did you do? So we are not telling you how to solve the problem, but the kids are solving the problem themselves. And the creativity aspect of it, I'll give a quick example. We gave a little wire and a little you know, bulbs that they needed to, you know, do the positive and negative so that it can, you know, it can turn on. Yeah. So they did that, and then we gave them you know, a decorated colored wires, and kids came up with, you know, glasses, eyeglasses. Others came up with a hat. Others did a human being. Others did a bicycle. Others did all kinds of things. And the question was, why did you do the eyeglasses? Why did you do the hat? And that conversation provoked the areas of their interest, because I've been wanting to be a doctor. That's why I thought the heart is important. Now it's getting into the details of the functions of a heart in a human body. I mean, it's really, I do welcome the KBC to take a look at it. It's
all right.
And we headed back there, by the way, today to meet with the parents. So we like the whole you know, community, from the teachers, from the students, and the parents to be completely engaged. And I think it's been a good result.
All right. And back to you, Mr. Opile. Yes. What exactly are some of the activities, the projects that, like he has mentioned an example of it, what are the other activities that these kids participate in the project to teach them technology and to scratch their minds? Do they do coding? Do they do, you know, things on computer literacy?
Yeah, programming starts with the fun. Actually, this program has been designed in a way that it makes children have fun with it.
Okay.
It challenges them because the activities they will work on computers. There are problems they'll create themselves, and they make and create solutions on the same. So as it progresses, children are able now to come up with their own. Children are able to come up with the graphics. They're able to design their own games. They are ping pong games. They're able to.
So they can they do coding till they design the games.
Yes.
Okay.
They start with the games, as they now start preparing their own games. Now they are those provided in the system. After they have interacted with them, they also using the same. They now start coming with their own. So it has really improved them in terms of reasoning, problem solving, and possibly some are even willing to come up with their own programs in future.
All right.
So it's actually a good program. It at that level, it's a simple programming, but as it progresses, it will grow to a notch higher, and they become better people in the future that will embrace technology. Since it is a goal, number 2, to promote industrial and technological needs of the country. I think that's why I started by saying that we cannot avoid it. And since it is in the system, in the primary level from grade 5, and our children have really liked it, and they would wish in the future to continue the same.
And do you think other schools have this, even schools in the urban area, do they have such projects?
I may not know the program the government has rolled it out, though ours is a private, founded by the church, PEFA church. So we are very grateful for the charity organizations like Kuria, who actually picked in our school. And we started with a simple 5 laptops. And from there, some people donated. Now that we have 11, we now have 11 laptops. All right. After they have helped us, donated some. Other people donated 1 or 2. The way you said, the diary also donated. So we've had a good number. Now we had 11. And we had to start from that simple beginning. And hopefully in future, God willing, if we shall have other people coming in and assist, actually the program will be 100% successful. Okay. Yeah. And
Mr. Isaac, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on what he was talking about. To your very question, you know, how the program exactly, what is it? So the Scratch a Mind is a program that was developed by the MIT labs, but Scratch a Mind is developed from the Ireland. So it's an open source program that we have developed a curriculum for school, and the setup is we have the curriculum that they follow through the block-based and text-based technology. So it brings in the communication between the kids, it brings the collaboration and sharing. So we give them an assignment, they work on it, they don't have to finish it, then they share it, they talk about it, and then we ask them what was successful things that you identified, what were your areas of challenges, and that's the same application whether you're developing shoes for running or doing clothes or you're doing any kind of project. There is always challenges. Why are you meeting the timeline? Why are you, how is the application of the resources that you have? So we are emphasizing on those areas from the young children at a very early age, and that is what life is all about. So there is no surprises when they go continue with their education in their high school, in their college. They realize what I learned from those initial levels, it's exactly what life is all about. So it becomes a very easy process to, to succeed in life.
So they also taught life lessons from it.
That's correct.
And you being from the US and also a Kenyan citizen, how do you see this helping the Kenya education sector with the adoption of CBC and projects like this? How do you see this helping our education?
It helps because it, number one, appreciates the education part of it, and also it brings in, or it bridges between the, the two worlds, which is more of the same world. connected through, the education piece, that whatever is being learned there. I'll give a quick example. In 2019, before COVID, we did a Lego project, and we worked with a couple of schools from Nakuru, from here in Nairobi, and the National Museum of Kenya was our central place to connect. And we connected with a museum in North Carolina, and we were doing video conferencing. So we matched the kids from in Kenya and the kids over there through technology, and were able to learn a lot more. They created friendship. So the program has more to give in terms of exchanges and learning, and not just waiting. Kids, when they going by from school to home, they identify little things that because we igniting their ability to solve problems. Yeah.
And how long is this project? Seeing that the grade 6 rather, students are moving away. So what will happen to them after they go?
So this is brings in the what next, the next steps.
Yes.
We are working with the school, so we cannot just say, okay, thank you, we are done. So we are always thinking and trying to, but we need resources. We need to operationalize. So we have our subject matter expert who has been donating his time on weekends, training our project leaders and ICT teacher into ways of how the program works, so that it can be easier to apply it and succeed with it. But we do need resources so that it can remain successful. As the teacher is mentioning, the school has a lot of kids, and we would like all of them. They have signed up, but to give the quality, we cannot have everybody engaged.
Okay.
So any resources with funding, with infrastructures, the computers, the laptops, that would be a great way to make it succeed in the future.
Right.
But we are developing from the very first to curriculum to the next one. That is very much appreciative of the CBC program with the government.
Yes, and I'm going to ask you if you intend to move to other schools and support others. But before that, I want to ask Mr. Opile, what are some of the successes that you have seen from this particular project, from the students, those that have had their minds ignited by this and have taken, you seeing a future for them in the tech world, tech space?
Yeah, as I say that as teachers, as the system goes, that we identify the competencies of the children, and as he has said that after having assessed yesterday, they saw the creativity and the critical thinking and problem solving the children had greatly improved, because they were able to create various items, depending on their interests and maybe the careers they opt to do in future.
Yeah.
So, as I said also, they're able to interact with these computers. They're able to interact with the various games and graphics, and they were able also to apply some simple programming or applications in the computer. So that has been a wonderful thing that I've witnessed in the children. And also the issue of communication. The issue of communication and collaboration has been a core competence that has worked out in our children. We saw children coming in groups and able to discuss and share out how they can create blogs and create some item in the Scratch program. So as they interact together, as they come in groups, as share issues together, they're able to improve each other in terms of communication and collaboration. That has been a core competence that I've realized in these children, and has really empowered our children in terms of communication, even in class. As we teach, the children are able to share out the ideas, they're able to communicate effectively in class without any fear, because they are used to do it every time we have lessons.
So how often are the lessons?
We've tried to capture lessons every day, especially during games time. Especially we have rolled out a program that each day there should be a class that is attending those lessons. It's now that the children are 100, we have figured out in a week we can have at least 20 attending computer lessons in a day.
Okay.
So it runs from Monday to Saturday, in fact. Okay. Even on Saturday, they come for computer lessons. And they have really liked it. Even the parents have really assisted us. They have cooperated well. They have allowed their children to come for such a lessons, even on Saturday morning.
Okay, and would you say it has been embraced by all of the students? And are there others that find it a bit difficult than as compared to others?
Yeah, depending on abilities of children, there are those who have really, who are of good ability, that have understood these things. They are really ahead of others, and we are using the same as group leaders to help others when they are in groups. So actually, now that it has been a daily routine activity, it has been a part of our tool, as I said, that IT nowadays is a tool of delivery almost in every subject. All children have picked interest of knowing how to operate a computer, how to deal with it. There is no other option. Now the attitude of all the children, even those who had never seen a computer, they have picked an interest. Okay. So with the time, I'm very sure in the future, all the children will embrace it, and you have to do it with it. All right. So maybe to add up on the core competency, as I said, apart from communication and collaboration, we've also seen creativity in children. Okay. There was a project on science. The children were able to model the heart using plasticine and clay. Okay. We have seen children creating things because of the Scratch. The Scratch has really opened up their mind. They're able to come up with various items. From
so they will think outside the box.
Outside the box. So I really commend this program. All right. I really commend it that it's a good program that will help children, though when it started, we did not know actually about it. Why? So
it was something new, and then you all embraced it.
And it became so important to our children.
Okay, and Mr. Isaac, what are some of the challenges that you encountered when bringing the project to the school, it being something new that the community hasn't seen, that the children are not used to it? And then as we wrap up, you can tell us what you intend to do in future in terms of if you want to also help the other schools in rural Kenya, or you're also coming to the urban areas?
Yeah, so some of the challenges has been the time difference. We are in the US Eastern time. Kenya is sometimes 7 hours ahead of us or 8 hours ahead of us. And it's been, we have to sacrifice on the time to coordinate and do Zoom meetings with the training that is required. We also depend on the donated funds, so we do fundraiser, and we focus on what the budget is, and execute on the project at hand. As looking at the growth, we are in conversation with the National Museum of Kenya to see how we can coordinate and look at the neighborhood area, the Nairobi area, the children who may not have the capacity to have the gadgets in their home that can be able to benefit. We are also, a month ago, we launched a collaboration between Myles of Great Hopes and the Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology, RVIST, in Nakuru. So they have also is initiating the same, and we're having that collaboration. So there is a huge interest in doing this, but we have to learn how to crawl fast before we run. So we've been testing it, and that's where we are.
Okay, and how long is the project projected to last? How long do you see that the project will last?
So within a period of 2 months, we think that the curriculum, 2 to 3 months, will be sufficient for the first kids to be able to learn what they need to do. However, we're not going to stop there, because the school doesn't stop. So we are opening up to the world to say, hey, this is our children, these are our leaders for tomorrow. We have to invest in them. Right. There is the past, the current, and the future. And the future is our children. We have to, contribute to that aspect. And therefore, we're learning by the day. The organization has a bigger vision to see the sustainability. And that's a question for you as who are watching.
Yeah.
We are asking you to take a look at our website, www.mylesofgreathopes.org. Myles is spelled M-Y-L-E-S. And there are ways to support our initiatives.
All right. Thank you. That is a good place to wrap this up at. We appreciate you coming on board. So that has been Mr. Isaac Kuria, who is the founder and president of Myles of Great Hope. And we've also had Mr. Xavier Opile, the principal of PEFA Elimu Academy, talking to us about Scratch a Mind project that they are currently undertaking in a school in Kajiado to help the young ones, grade 5 and 6, to scratch their minds and think outside the box to empower them, basically. That brings us to an end of this particular conversation, but more is to come. Don't go too far. We take a short break. We'll be back with another conversation.